Leo is scrolling Black Friday deals, and there it is. TV was $1,100, now $600, 45% off. He buys it in under a minute, genuinely proud of himself for saving $500. Here's what Leo doesn't check. That TV was never actually $1,100. It sold for around $600 most of the year. The was price existed for a handful of days specifically to make $600 feel like a discount instead of just the regular price. Here's the number that should stop you mid-scroll. A meaningful share of sale original prices are inflated specifically for the sale, briefly listed high right before the markdown, so the discount looks real without the actual price ever moving much at all. This isn't a video telling you every Black Friday deal is fake, or that you should never buy anything on sale. Some deals are genuinely real. It's a video about the specific psychological trick that makes you saved money feel true even when it isn't. Let me show you exactly how it works. My name is Alex, and today on Wealth Adjacent, we're taking apart the sale that sells you a feeling instead of a discount. Quick disclaimer, not financial advice, just how sale pricing actually works. Let's meet Leo. Compares prices normally, not an impulsive shopper. Generally researches before buying anything significant. The was price is specifically what turns off that normal comparison instinct, because it looks like the comparison has already been done for him. Here's the actual mechanism. It's called anchoring. The crossed out higher number becomes the reference point your brain measures everything against, even when that number was never a real sustained price anyone actually paid. Once an anchor is set, every subsequent number gets evaluated relative to it, not against any independent sense of what something is actually worth. Here's the part that should make you sit up. Once that anchor is set, the new price feels like a win regardless of whether it's actually a good price compared to what the item sells for the rest of the year. The math your brain runs is new price versus anchor, not new price versus what this item is actually worth. And those two comparisons can produce completely different answers for the exact same purchase. This shows up hardest during Black Friday, specifically because the entire event is built around urgency stacked directly on top of the anchor. Limited time, limited stock, a countdown timer, all pushing toward a fast decision before anyone has time to actually check whether the anchor was real in the first place. The urgency isn't incidental. It's specifically designed to prevent the exact kind of 30-second check that would reveal whether the discount is genuine. There's a simple way to check. Price history tools exist specifically for this, showing what an item has actually sold for over recent months, not just what it says today. If the sale price matches what it's been selling for regularly, the discount isn't real, whatever the sign says, regardless of how large the percentage off badge looks. There's a specific pattern worth naming around which categories this shows up in most, since it isn't evenly distributed. Electronics and appliances, especially larger, more expensive items, see this inflate then discount pattern more consistently than smaller everyday items, partly because the bigger the sticker price, the more dramatic a percentage off number looks, and the more room there is to manufacture an impressive-sounding markdown. So here's the actual check, worth 30 seconds before any big sale purchase. Look up the item's price history before buying, not after. If the current price sits close to the normal price, that's real information, regardless of how big the percentage off sticker looks. If it's genuinely lower than months of recent history, that's a real deal worth taking seriously. A specific pattern worth watching for is the exact same item going on sale repeatedly throughout the year, not just Black Friday, but other seasonal events too, which is itself a sign the discount isn't really tied to one special day at all. It's simply the marketing framing the item gets sold under most of the time. It's worth being honest about the genuine version of this too. Some retailers do offer real, meaningfully lower prices, specifically during major sale events, prices that genuinely don't appear the rest of the year, and price history tools make that distinction completely checkable, rather than something you have to just trust or doubt blindly. There's a specific pattern worth naming around scarcity messaging too, since it works alongside the anchor rather than separately from it. Only 3 left, or over 10,000 people are viewing this deal, creates a second layer of urgency on top of the price anchor, and much of that specific messaging is generated automatically, regardless of actual inventory, meaning the number itself often isn't a real, checkable fact the way it presents itself to be. There's also a bundling pattern worth naming, since it complicates the simple price comparison in a different way. Sale events frequently bundle an item with accessories or extended warranties specifically framed as added value, when the core item's price is the number actually worth checking against history, since the bundled extras are usually priced separately at a markup of their own, folded into a total that looks more impressive than it actually is. So here's where we land. This isn't about avoiding sales entirely. Some Black Friday deals are genuinely the best price of the year. Leo checked the price history on his next big purchase, found the sale price matched 3 months of normal pricing, and skipped it, waiting instead for an actual documented low point that showed up a few weeks later on a different item entirely. The point was never that discounts are fake. It's that the specific number crossed out above the sale price was never designed to be checked. It was designed to be believed. And those are two very different things. A genuinely good deal survives a 30-second check without any trouble at all. A manufactured one usually doesn't, and that difference is exactly why the check is worth running before the countdown timer runs out, not after. Check the price history before trusting the percentage off. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, have you ever checked a price history and found the deal wasn't real? I'll see you in the next one.